This man got himself arrested by the police after confessing to a murder he committed about a decade ago. This murderer was arrested during a simple traffic stop and was later discovered to be on the most wanted list for over 28 years. This dangerous gang leader was arrested during a traffic check, and this school shooter committed one of the worst murders ever. Before we get into the details of our first case, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Let's get right into it. Tony Peralta, 37, used a customer's cell phone from a convenience store on May 31st, 2023 to make this 911 call.
Sir, tell me exactly what happened.
Well, I killed somebody.
You killed somebody?
Yes, sir.
What's your name, sir?
Tony Peralta.
And who is the person that you killed, Tony?
His name is Bill.
Peralta voluntarily gives the dispatcher his location. As the police arrive at Peralta's location, he immediately turns himself in.
I'm just tired of covering it up already.
Try to cover it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm tired of living with my wife, sir.
The guilt?
Hell yeah.
He is then taken to the police station for interrogation, where he confesses that he murdered William Blodgett.
Did it happen at the house?
It did.
It did?
I was on meth really bad,
Okay.
and I killed him because he didn't give me no money. And I buried him in his house.
He then goes with the police to help them locate the house, as he doesn't remember the exact location.
It's right here. The next house.
This white one?
This white one here?
Yeah. I buried him in that slight place right here.
It's later revealed that Blodgett was Peralta's landlord. William Blodgett, 69, a former landlord and victim of Peralta, was reported missing in January 2009 by his son. A month earlier, during an eviction battle, Blodgett was found to have been murdered by Peralta, who stabbed him to death with a screwdriver and buried him beneath the floorboards of his own home.
I used the word talking.
Well, it's off your shoulders now, man.
At the time of the investigation, police had been suspicious of Peralta, but hadn't found any leads to solve the case,
Why didn't they smell his body in there?
I don't know.
which is why it was closed. Tony Peralta was found guilty of second-degree murder and given a 15-year prison sentence. On August 16, 2022, a car with no insurance or registration was the subject of a regular traffic stop by law authorities.
What's your last name?
Sikim?
Sikim. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have you go and step out the vehicle for me.
However, the police chose to look into the matter more after the motorist gives them an old South Carolina driver's license. Plus, what they uncover offers hints to a mystery that has been building for 28 years. The fact that the suspect is driving without a license plate and with a suspended registration doesn't change, despite the deputy's courteous listening to his tales of woe.
Yeah, send me what the information you put in your GPS, because that way
I didn't
have
go-
the same thing.
I don't know the name of this place right here.
We'll get it figured out. We'll text it to you. It's Prince Avenue.
It's
All right.
Prince
So here's what's gonna happen, Sikim. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to place you into custody today. Okay. You're gonna have to go down to jail.
Oh no.
You gotta get booked in, they're gonna take your fingerprints and picture, and you'll get a bond. But because you're driving on a suspended license, you gotta go down to jail.
Sir, I did not know. I have children, I have a sick uncle, and I run the household.
I got you.
No, I really
we don't have a choice at this time.
Please
So we're placing you
put
in arrest. Go ahead and turn around and put your hands behind your back, please.
Please put
Turn
Auntie
around
on
and
the
put your hands
phone.
behind your back. Who set the phone up on the car?
They put me under arrest right now.
Thus, the police take him into custody. He argues that he's not a criminal or a crook, but he's making a lot of effort to avoid getting arrested.
I didn't know. And it's not even showing.
Unfortunately, the law is different here in Georgia than it is in South Carolina. If you have a suspended license, you have to go down to the jail and get booked in.
Oh, but sir, can you speak to my aunt? She has.
We're on speakerphone. She can hear us right now. Yeah.
No, please speak to her. Yeah. Please speak to her. I'm the only one that can help with my uncle that's sick in ICU right now.
I'm sorry about that. But unfortunately, your son.
Please, sir.
You're driving a car without valid insurance.
My son.
You got that taken care of. But you're already driving a car without valid insurance.
I won't drive.
Registration.
My cousin.
You can't trust me to drive.
No, I swear to you, I'll walk away from my car.
So we're gonna walk you back to this other car.
Please, sir.
Yes, sir. We're gonna walk you to my partner's car. Come on,
sir. Come on. Please, my aunt is old. She's 80 years old.
And the police are going to learn that this is not a simple case of a suspended license. The detainee is promised a speedy release by the cops.
I wasn't going to get in
you
my
have a
car.
Suspended license. You're driving a car without insurance. You've got that taken care of.
I've been doing it every
you got
day.
Suspended registration. You have to go down to the jail and get booked in. Just take your photograph. They're going to take your fingerprints. They'll give you a bond amount. You can bond out, and then you can get on the way up to the hospital. But you can't drive.
Soon, the police will realize they're unable to maintain it. According to investigation, a jail fingerprint check revealed Mohammed Bilal Amin, who was wanted for the fatal shooting of Jaffer Tucker, 18, as the second suspect. For years, he was the subject of a nationwide FBI notice. Amin shot Jaffer Tucker in the face on November 27, 1994, at an Atlanta train station, according to police, and then fled. He managed to live under false identities for almost 30 years, until he had an unfortunate encounter with an automated license scanner used by a deputy. An Ohio state trooper observes a car tailgating on June 7, 2023. However, it will have far-reaching effects on a global scale when he discovers the startling identity of one of the guests.
Thank you. El Salvador. Okay.
Bianca Garcia, a passenger in the back, assists with translation since the two men in the front speak little to no English. She informs the trooper that they are driving from Colorado to New York.
Where are you guys heading to? To New York? Gotcha. What takes you to New York? Oh, that's where you're from.
Yeah.
What took you to Colorado?
Work.
Oh, okay.
Better pay.
Oh, okay. Who you work for?
Bear Logistics.
What is it?
It's an Amazon delivery.
Oh, okay. I saw it said Amazon on here.
Oh, yeah.
So does your company rent it or did you rent it?
No, I rented it, not the company. Not me.
Okay.
They just asked where I work, so.
Oh, that's okay. That's why it's on here then.
The trooper requests the driver's work visa.
Is he here on papers?
Who?
Does he have papers to be here? Like a work visa or?
Garcia's fiancé's man in the set hands the brave man his passport. Garcia watches the conversation before putting her hands over her face. She is aware that he shouldn't have done it, as you might understand. Before heading back to the car, the trooper runs the information for both males, accompanied this time by a border agent who wishes to speak with them.
This agent wants to speak to you. He's gonna have you step out, okay? Any pistoles in the car?
Okay. The car's passenger was hauled into jail a short while later. Edimlinson Velasquez Larin, a 33-year-old suspected national leader of MS-13, or La Mara Salvatrucha, a transnational criminal organization, was identified as the person in question. Larin, a gang leader who is wanted nationwide, behaved coolly around the police.
Stand by here a second, okay? I'm just gonna put you back here for just a second, okay? Just one momento.
No problem.
Let's have a seat right here, okay?
Okay.
Salvador Ramos is the perpetrator of the mass shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, on May 24, 2022. This tragic event resulted in the deaths of 21 people, including 19 children and 2 teachers, making it one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history.
To all in that unit, stand by. Do not attempt to get closer. We got shots fired. You need
to respond to South Grove and Mill Street to establish a perimeter.
Salvador Ramos was an 18-year-old resident of Uvalde, Texas. He had a troubled background, characterized by social isolation, bullying, and behavioral issues. Ramos had reportedly dropped out of high school and worked at a local fast food restaurant. Prior to the shooting, there was warning signs regarding his behavior, including disturbing social media posts and texts about violence.
Salvador Ramos was a boy who was not bullied. He would try to pick on people but fail, and it would aggravate him. I would like to get that out of the way. He was not bullied. He, prior, and I don't see this covered, and I'm gonna put this out there, he would hurt animals. He was not a good person. He would go to the parks and try to pick fights.
On the morning of May 24, 2022, Ramos shot his grandmother at their home, seriously wounding her. Despite her injuries, she managed to contact the police.
The second post was, I shot my grandmother. The third post, maybe less than 15 minutes before arriving at the school, was, I'm going to shoot an elementary school.
Ramos then took her vehicle and drove to Robb Elementary School. He crashed the vehicle into a ditch near the school and approached the campus armed with an AR-15 style rifle and wearing body armor.
As he was fleeing, he had an accident just outside of the elementary school and he ran into the school.
The suspect, wearing tactical gear, getting into the back of the school.
Ramos entered the school around 11:30 a.m. through an unlocked door and began his attack.
The gunman then entered a back door and went down 2 short hallways and then into a classroom on the left-hand side. The gunman entered into that classroom, and the classroom was connected internally to another classroom.
Once inside, he barricaded himself and opened fire on the students and teachers. The attack lasted for over 1 hour.
We just hear all kinds of gunshots going off, like non-stop, like constantly gunshots. And then we're over here all scared, on the ground, fearing for our lives.
The response from law enforcement was heavily criticized. Initially, local police officers attempted to engage Ramos, but were met with heavy gunfire. It took over 1 hour before a specialized border control tactical unit breached the classroom and fatally shot Ramos. The shooting claimed the lives of 19 children and 2 teachers, all of whom were in the same classroom. The victims ranged in age from 9 to 11 years old. The tragedy left Uvalde community and the entire nation in mourning.
What would you want people to know about your daughter?
She was the best person that I know. Full of life, gone too soon, always smiling, very productive. She was her own self. She was her own person. She was a leader. She didn't try to be like anybody. She wanted to do things the way she wanted to do them. And that's what I admired most about my daughter. She was not a follower, she was a leader.
With that, we wrap up today's video. Like and subscribe for more amazing content, and leave your suggestions down below. Thanks for watching.